guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video is a video that I've been thinking of doing since the minute I stepped in the US, but I've decided not to wait anymore and let's do it. We are talking about culture shock and my experience since I stepped here. But before we do that, guys, yay, we hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Actually, guys, when I started this channel, I never thought that there will be 1,000 of you and plus willing to listen to me. But thank you, guys. Thank you for those people who have recently subscribed. Thank you for the OGs that have been here for the longest time since the beginning. Let's keep this channel growing and let's keep going. Let's keep learning from each other. And I'll encourage you guys to teach me things. I'm finding interesting, people are giving me interesting suggestions that actually work. So if you are here and you can chip in, help someone, even the comment section, please do, because most of the time I may not look at the comments immediately because of other things, but please chip in. This is our channel. Let's help each other. Let's help each other grow. So let's get into the culture shock video. So guys, before we start, I wanted to read to you what culture shock means. This is according to Google. Is the feeling of disorientation experienced by someone who is suddenly subjected to unfamiliar culture, way of life, or set of attitudes. That's what culture shock is. And I'll tell you for free, guys, culture shock is real. It is real. I've experienced it firsthand and it's crazy. You can literally wish you never considered taking that step of getting out of your familiar environment to a different part of the world with totally different and familiar environment. So guys, I tell you, I have experienced culture shock firsthand. And let me start by apologizing because I'm using the window for light and the sun comes and goes. So if you see lighting changing, that is because I'm using the window as lighting. But I hope you can hear me and this video will just be fine. So because I was experiencing culture shock, I decided to research about culture shock, and my agency actually is gracious enough to teach us about culture shock way before we come here. And even when we come here, they also talk to us about it, and they're still talking to us about it. They still having those webinars about culture shock just to keep us in check and also keep reminding us that it's okay to feel that way. So I like to tell you guys the stages of culture shock so that you can know where I'm coming from. So there are 4 stages of culture shock. The first one is honeymoon stage. The second one is crisis. The third one is acceptance. And the fourth one and the last one is adjustment. So guys, if I tell you I've never been in the honeymoon stage, I'll totally be lying to you. I'll say probably the honeymoon stage that I was in was when I discovered that I can pursue my dream of relocating to another country and like furthering my career. That was the only honeymoon stage that I have experienced. Otherwise, immediately I started the process, it was crisis after crisis after crisis. If you think you are done with this, something else comes up. If you like, it was a marathon. So when I got my date to attend the embassy interview, I was excited, but just for 5 minutes. I was happy that I've gotten the date, but then I realized, there are other things that I'm supposed to do before I go to that interview, and it was a marathon. And we went for the exit interview and did all that, and now it was time to come. And again, I was excited for a few minutes. So many people are happy for me around me, but to tell you the truth, I was nervous. There were a lot of questions inside me because, first of all, I was relocating to a country that I was not familiar with. I had no relatives there apart from a few people that I knew that were even staying in other states that I wasn't staying. So there were a lot of what ifs in my mind. There were a lot of question marks. There were a lot of moments that I was like, am I really doing the right thing? So that was a speck of honeymoon stage. And then when I got on the plane, now it hit me that I'm going million miles away from my home to a place where I know nobody apart from a few friends that I was in contact with. So again, that was just a crisis. I found myself shedding tears on the plane, and I remember there was one of the flight attendants, I think he was a Kenyan, and I was closing my eyes and there were tears coming from my eyes, but my eyes were closed. And then I heard a voice like asking me, "Are you okay?" in Swahili. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And I wiped my tears, and I didn't realize that I was into my head just thinking about where am I going, and I started crying without even noticing it. But yeah, so then I told myself this is what I wanted, so I have to go through with it. So when I got to the airport in Florida, we did all the things, and then when we stepped out, I was shocked. That was another culture shock, the climate. I stepped out of the airport. I felt like I've literally stepped into an oven. Like I couldn't breathe. The air was hot. Everything was hot around me, and I was like, my goodness, where am I? In my mind, I told myself maybe there is something that is making the air around here hot, but then when we get out of this place, it will be okay. But then I realized, whoa, that's the weather that I'm going to deal with. And for some time, I was so uncomfortable going outside of the house because of the how hot it was outside. But then I got used to it. And then when we started our transition program, it was a marathon, and every day I woke up asking myself, my God, this is like studying for another NCLEX. But I went through it and I finished. But before we finished the transition program, so many things happened. We had to look for houses, we had to look for car dealerships, we had to set up our accounts we had to get our phones. Yeah, there were so many things that were happening. And one thing that really stood out for me, first of all, was the housing situation in the US. And I have talked to you guys about what you need to have to get a house in the US. If I tell you guys that was like culture shock to me, I wouldn't be lying. I never knew that you had to go through all these headaches for someone to consider you to live in their apartment. See, back at home, you have the money, you can afford to pay the rent, the house is empty, you can move in. As long as you're a legit person, you're not like a criminal or something, you can move in. But houses here, the fact that I was away from the state that I was supposed to move in, some houses I could call and you could see that there were houses online, but when they hear your accents and they realize you just moved to the country, that's how they tell you, no, we don't have houses. Or some of them will tell you to go ahead and apply, but then they don't give you a house. Like, they take you in circles, and at the end of it, they don't give you a house. So I lost money. Remember, when you apply for a house here, there is an application fee, and other houses, they request for an administration fee so that they can check if you qualify to rent that house. So every apartment that I used to apply, there was something that would not make me qualify. My first apartment that I really liked and I applied really did me dirty. I applied to that house, and then after I had applied, I put in my account number to pay for the application fee. And my account, I was waiting for some money to be deposited into that account from back home. So I had not done the direct transfer from my home to that account. But then I had a credit card that they had given us. So I was thinking that credit card, obviously it's linked to my account. So when they asked for the account, I put the account, and then they went and tried to deduct money from my checking account, which the money had not come in yet. So when that bounced, guys, I was hit by a bill of $300 just for my account. Like, they tried to take their was it how many dollars for the application fee, and it couldn't work. And they sent me an invoice with a bill of damages, and I was really I have not stepped in that state, I have not moved into that house, and they are sending me something for damages, and they are telling me if within 10 days I've not paid that, they will send my details to collections, and I have to pay $300. And I tried to ask for advice, and I was told, yeah, you have to pay it because you gave your account number, you put your account number there and there was no money in your account. I was frustrated. I was really, that was crazy. Then the next house that I applied to, they needed guarantors because I didn't have a credit history in the US, so I couldn't get that. So I also lost money for application and administrative fee there. What else? Then the third house I had to pay extra, but they were gracious enough to give me that option of paying extra and getting the apartment. So that's how I got this apartment. But it just boggled my mind, the fact that I had to spend all that money just to get an apartment. That was another shock that I experienced. Now we were done with housing, and we came to looking for a car. Looking for a car, for me, it wasn't really much of a struggle, because actually at first I thought I would never get a vehicle, because when I was back in Florida, I was trying to call these dealerships, and most of the vehicles, some of them had second-hand vehicles and with bad history, and others that had new vehicles, they were either very expensive or they were not there. So I actually came to my state with to Georgia with a dealership that I was talking to, but they were telling me the car that I wanted was not there. So I just came in with mind that maybe I'll just come and walk around and look for a vehicle. But thank God, when I got to the dealership, I got a vehicle that was almost the same as the one that I wanted, so I took it. So that wasn't like a bigger deal. Then another culture shock, and I'll tell you, I think this is the crisis, because I've never been in honeymoon. Let me just tell you, like, this is a crisis that I've been dealing with ever since I started this process. So after we got, actually when we just hit the state that we are supposed to, guys, everything was a marathon. We were supposed to run around, look for a renters insurance, because they had given me a house, yes, but they wanted an insurance. So I had to look around, look for insurances, and make sure I have a renter's insurance. I had to change my driver's license from Florida to Georgia, and that was another hassle. And then I had to shop for things for my apartment, just the main things that I needed to start life. So that was another hassle that I went through for the 3 days that we had with the support specialist that Avant gave us to help us. So we had to run around those 3 days, make sure everything was set before she left us. So that was another hassle that I went through, and I felt like this crisis will never end. Now, after she had left, I was in my apartment. Another crisis started. Guys, I was so afraid of driving, because in the US there is a lot of road signs, and most of them, if you violate them, you may get a ticket. Yeah, and that always gave me anxiety. I was like, it was like every day I could wake up, cry in the bathroom, because I had a vehicle outside that I was supposed to drive to go somewhere. But at least right now I can take myself to work, and I've gained some confidence in driving the vehicle. So driving was another crisis that I encountered here in the US. I had practiced driving back at home, and I was using a manual vehicle to drive, and I could drive in very very crowded streets and all that, and everyone used to tell me, no, you've been driving a manual vehicle, there's no way you'll be you'll have any difficulties to drive an automatic vehicle. But when you come here, things are just different. The roads here, I can say they are so nice. There are no like a lot of people that are disobeying the traffic rules and chaos on the road. So that's a good thing. But then there are so many things that you have to put in mind as you are driving, so that you don't you don't get yourself into traffic trouble. So that was what was giving me the major anxiety. But then I feel like that's a crisis that is now lessening. Now, another crisis that I went through was the loneliness, guys. I'm still going through it. Like this, like the part of the state that I'm living, everyone is either in their house, they are either, I don't know where else they are, but at work or in their vehicle. You don't walk like drive around and see people walking around, because there are even no like sidewalks on the road. Like people don't walk alongside the road. So that is something else that I'm really struggling with. I thank God that I have a friend in the same apartment complex, and I have friends that are like some minutes away from me. So sometimes we can get together and go do stuffs together. But it's been a crisis. So I can only imagine a person who has gone to a state or a place that she knows nothing or he knows no one, and yeah, they have to do that and spend their time alone. If you are an introvert or someone who like not good at networking, of which it can happen like instantly when you go somewhere, you're like with the locals walking around. It definitely can't happen like that. So I feel for those people who are so away from people that they know, or who know nobody. You can go to a place that you know nobody, and it is this lonely. You can't walk onto someone's door and say hi. I can tell you, I've been staying in this apartment for some weeks now, and I don't know my neighbor. I literally don't know them. I don't see them outside. I've never seen them. So it is just something that you deal with, the loneliness. So yeah, and then there was just times that I felt like you are confused because things are so new. So many things are there are not things that you are used to. Then sometimes you feel like you have that sense of loss, that you are starting life anew. Like you had things, and you had your stuff put together, you had your own routines. Now you are here and you are now starting to figure out what your routines are. It's like a crisis. Sometimes I felt like anxiety. I've talked about that. I was anxious, and I'm not saying I'm comfortable now, but there is that anxiety about anything that you want to do. You are like second guessing yourself, like will I be doing the right thing, or am I doing the right thing? Like there is that anxiety that you just get. Yeah. Then there is that just the feeling of helplessness. Like there's no, like the people that you knew you could rely on, like for anything, They are not here. They are very far away from you. Like if anything had to happen, those are the people that you can just like call immediately and they are there, but they are not here. So you feel helpless. Like, yeah, it is crazy. So it's been a journey. It's been this first month that I've lived here. I can say I've been going through the crisis, and I can say that although it's lessening, I'm still in the crisis stage, and I don't know how long that will take, but I hope that it goes away, and I think I'll experience this the culture shock in reverse. I think maybe later the last stage that I'll have is the honeymoon stage, because that's what I'm really waiting for. I've not seen it happen. So without being said, with me giving you my experiences, I hope and wish that someone who's watching this, by the time you get to my stage, or if you are here at my stage, just know that things will get better. Yeah, know that things will get better, because I can feel it. Because the first day that I was left alone in this apartment, I was a total nervous wreck, and I was so confused, and I kept asking myself why I did this to myself, just removing myself from the comfort zone and coming to this place that is so far away from my comfort. So just know that it will get better, because I can say for myself that things are a little bit better. They are not the same way that they were when I came here. So I know it will always get better. So some of the things that I have learned through this crisis that I'm still working with is, if you are going through this, give yourself grace. Don't be so hard on yourself. If you make a mistake, if you don't know something, don't beat yourself up. Give yourself grace. It's okay. Allow yourself to feel the way you are feeling. It is fine. It is okay. It is normal. You can never be so comfortable just uprooting yourself from somewhere else and being comfortable in the next place. So allow yourself to feel that uncertainty. Embrace other ethnicities. That is what I've learned actually, because when I got here, I couldn't hear how like the people here speak. I was having a very hard time to understand them, but I can say that I can hear them, although I can't talk like them, but I can hear them, and that makes me a little bit comfortable. I can't hear them 90%, 100%, but at least right now I can say it's better than the first time that I got here, and I had to like keenly listen and ask someone to repeat like 3 times before I could get what they are saying. So embrace other ethnicities that you meet. It is okay, because they also are trying to get to know you and get to understand you. So be open-minded and embrace others. Then have a positive attitude. It is very difficult to have a positive attitude in this situation, but just have it. Just know that there is a reason why you went through all those years to get to here, and God allowed you to, and now there is a reason why you should not have, like, you should not give up. Just have that positive attitude and things will be fine. Remember why you came here. Remember why you had to go through all that to get to this place. So if you're feeling that, just remember your why, and it will give you the strength to continue pushing on. Then avoid making rushed decisions. Don't be so frustrated about things and be mad about stuff, because that will it will deter you from seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So yeah, don't be rushy. Don't say that no, I'm a total failure, I can't do this. No, don't do that. Just have that positive attitude. Do not this is something that Avan told us, do not increase your bad habits. And yeah, that can come. Let's say if you are into like drinking, like when you are stressed you go to drink, please don't start doing that. Yeah, just look for things that you can do that they can divert you from the loneliness that you are feeling, from the bad feelings that you have. So don't increase your bad habits. If you are like an overspender, don't start spending your last coin because you are stressed. Yeah. Then what else? Observe and ask. That's very key, especially at work. Be there to learn. Be ready to learn. If you don't understand something, ask. No one will think you are stupid. You are learning, and this is a new environment. I told you to give yourself grace. So ask. If you don't understand, just ask, and people will be very ready to help you out. Then you can also explore your surrounding. This is from my agency, but I haven't done that. I can't say I've done that because there are days that we go out with my friends when we are all off duty. We plan go, like we went to the farmers market. You saw yesterday we drove from here to my friend's place. That's something nice. So explore your surrounding and get to know people. Then do not isolate yourself. I cannot emphasize this enough. Don't isolate yourself. If you isolate yourself here in America, you'll go crazy. I don't say that you go around having like trying to embrace people or just having a very large unnecessary circle of people around you, but to have people that know where you are, have people that you connect with. Okay, so don't isolate yourself because you are going to go into depression. I've tried not to isolate myself, because with this kind of environment there is a reason why people go into depression here, because it's a lonely world. It's not like back at home where you can walk outside and get the market people and talk whatever you want to talk with them and laugh, hop on a motorcycle and have a conversation with the riders, and it's not like that. So people here mind their own business. So if you know people around or at work, try to talk to people, try to get interactive, and don't isolate yourself. Then also find ways to distress. Yeah, I can say that the best way that I distress here is mostly talking to you guys on YouTube, because I feel like a community that I can speak with, and like a creative place that I can speak to people and help people, or just have opinions of people of what things are, things that I'm experiencing, what their opinion is, what my opinion is, and just editing those videos. It gives me something. It's like a hobby, or yeah, something like a hobby, and something that I like doing. So get yourself something that you enjoy doing. If it is walking outside, you can walk around your apartment complex. My apartment complex, sometimes in the evening I see people walking their dogs. You can just walk around. If you have a park near you, I don't know where our park is, but I know there is a park near this apartment complex. Go around, go to the park and walk, and just have some fresh air. If you like working out, most of the apartments here have the gyms. Go there and work out. And I'm not talking about just people who are relocating to the US. I'm talking about everyone who's going through a crisis of some sort. These are helpful tips that you can help yourself go through the crisis and the culture shock and wherever you are going through, because you can get into culture shock just from moving from one workplace to another. You can get a culture shock just by maybe having a baby. You are not used to another human being depending on you. You can have culture shock just by moving to another different city. So whoever is watching this, this is for anyone who is going through any sort of crisis, any sort of things that they are not used to. I hope this video can be helpful to you. And as far as the other stages of culture shock, I've not gone through them, and when I reach there, when I'll be in my honeymoon stage, you will see. When I'll be in my acceptance stage, you will see. When I'll be in the adjustment stage, you will see. But for now, I think I'm still in crisis, because there are so many things that are still new. I have an aha moment every time I get out, every time I go to work. I don't know most of the things that they do. Like, I know, but they do it differently. So every time you get to learn something different. So yeah, so that is my little chatty crisis that I'm going through, that have gone through. And I hope that when you come here, you can learn from this, so that you don't get frustrated through the way, or you can know that you should expect that things will not be just like it will not just be free flowing. Life will give you some challenges, but you have to go through them so that you can get to the other side. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the 1,000 subscribers. Thank you for everyone who has recently subscribed, and thank you for those people who are still not subscribed but they are considering subscribing. I hope you consider subscribing with this video, and I'll see you guys very soon, because there is a vlog that has actually delayed to come up, so I need to put that up. But this video will go up before that vlog, and mostly that vlog really influenced me to sit down and just kind of talk through things. So yeah, so with that being said, I would like to say bye, and I'll see you next time. Bye.